today it shall be a little different. I shall be cool, calm, and collected, and be as Majima as possible, because last time I actually lost my voice a little bit after the stream. And good evening to everyone. How are you guys? How is everyone? Welcome back to Game Dev Stream. Wow, no, seriously, last time we did it for the first time, I actually lost my voice a little bit because of that surprise with the subs, and also because I wasn't really controlling my voice. So this time I'm going to try and control my voice as much as possible, be it a little bit lower, try not screw with my vocal cords as much. Tell me though if you stop hearing me properly. With that out of the way, hello everyone, welcome back to this channel, to the channel, as there is a YouTuber me and my wife really like says. I am Menoskain. For those not in the know, for those joining us now, I am the leader of Team JPDE, which is also the name of the channel. With a fantastical 2 votes actually. There were 2 votes for Fantasy, Queen of Fun, and thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. For those not in the know, oh, hello Master Nilla, how goes the gambling? This man everyone, we released the demo for JPD1 Refrain, the remaster of the original JPDE, and this man has spent the last 2 days since the release just gambling with the dice game that we put into the demo. This man is a madman. He almost hit 50 million, almost, but then he had to step back. 26 million, but not 50. Yeah, that's my point. You almost hit 50. I get this is nice, some fine foreign games to me go out, man. Oh, wow. So how has everyone been? It's been 1 week. How has been your week? How has been your week so far? It's been fun for me, as some people may know who are in the community of JPD. Last weekend it was my anniversary weekend, in the sense my wedding anniversary. First year since I got married, and it's been fun. We went on a trip out of town to a pretty fancy restaurant paid for by some friends, and I don't think I can be very literal on Twitch, can I? Well, let's just say that the maitre, which I guess was also the owner and the guy who poured us the wine, suggested it and everything, was very much off their proverbial split hair, because I can even say that T here. So I guess they were very much off for a number of reasons, and my wife immediately understood why, and it was a very fun experience. Also, they seem to be very excited that we decided to go with the with the Californian wine off the list. So that was very nice. That was very nice. Oh, hello, Taco King. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Takoyaki, Octopus, King Octopus. Welcome. I am still learning Japanese, so some of this stuff, when I see a Japanese word in the wild, I try and translate it. So yeah, and how's your week been, guys? Played anything fun lately? Say it in the chat, because I cannot read your minds. I cannot look if what you do. Hi Taco King, welcome to the channel. Have you been playing anything fun? Me, I'm continuing my Yakuza binge. Well, not so much a binge, because Yakuza 0, which is the first Yakuza game I ever played, I binged that. I was obsessed. The first one, Yakuza Kiwami, I'm not as obsessed, I have to say. It shows that it's a game that started, a while ago, that was made a while ago, and that remastering it, it's not really as well paced as Yakuza 0, which was just chef kiss. Yakuza 0 is just chef kiss. Very nice. I sit in guns for 5 hours and stare at my laptop. So we have a student here. I do not miss studying. Honestly, I really like the college, but also don't miss it. Don't miss the class environment, if that makes any sense. But it was a formative experience. For those who don't know, I'm from southern Italy. If you want to be specific, I'm from the Bay of Naples, Napoli, in the south. Vesuvius, Capri, Ischia, etc. In terms of games, been playing Wizardry variants Daphne. Wizardry. Oh, some dungeon crawling. I loved me some dungeon crawling. I love me some dungeon crawling. I don't need to write that. Oh, it's a gacha. Well, it's fine. This is a free chat. Everyone can talk about whatever games they want. And also, I like, Wizardry variant Gathering. Well, maybe it's not Wizardry, because I really like dungeon crawlers. And as I was saying, anyway, Yakuza 0, as I was saying, I'm from the Bay of Naples in the south of Italy, but I did my master's degree in Rome, and that was great, because my bachelor, I did it very close to home, so I didn't really get out too much from my comfort zone, but instead, when I went to Rome, it was something else. When I went to Rome, first time living alone, first time in a different city for a prolonged period of time, it was when I actually started becoming an adult. This was the first time that I was started becoming an adult, and it was great. It was really great, and that was actually the period when I first started trying to stream on Twitch. I tried to stream myself playing. Gosh darn it. Sci-fi adventure series, the popular one, Steins Gate. I tried streaming Steins Gate, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good, honestly. So yeah, not the game, the streaming. So what memories, guys? I started trying to stream when I was in college. With my face and everything, VTubers weren't even a thing, and now look at me. With a VTubing rig that I modified off a model that I found on boot.pm. It's also pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Also pretty good, look at that. Look at how he sways and moves. For what I paid, this is actually a masterpiece. I used to play Battle Trauma, but the mod is entirely got a bit stale. I'm not familiar with that game. What's Battle Trauma? What's it about? And Queen of Run. Jeeps are actually points. Is the name of the points or the chat or the channel, and you can use them to do some funny stuff on stream. For example, you can play some very nice sound effects. There we go, just like that. Just like that, that's how you use points. Very good, very good. There are also some other ones. This from an Italian meme from a couple of years ago. Listen. That looks so long. Get confused. 5 sci-fi superhero Europa. 1 moons on Jupiter. Oh! Interesting. Modicine. So I guess it's like how do you say? Oh, the sci-fi superhero Europa. It's like a survival horror, or is it like a Freddy kind of horror? What is it about? And came with one of Evelyn saying Phonus. No, for a couple of reasons. One is because this is something that happens to a service called Stream Elements, and their library is limited. You can't really do custom soundbites, I think. I may be wrong though. I think maybe you can, but it's under up behind a premium, so I don't know. 2D team based for survival. Oh, sounds interesting. And also because I got the I don't think like the voice actress for Evelyn, by the way, Sulin Chong. She's great. She's amazing. She's a great professional, great voice actor. But also, like, I got those sound bites to use as a voice acting for Evelyn, so I can't really use them on JPD on Twitch. That's not what I paid them for, so it's outside of terms of use, so I cannot do them. Yeah, it's exactly what I just said. Also, let me link up her Blue Sky, because she's also on Blue Sky, and as I said, she's honestly amazing. She's honestly a great professional. I love. There we go. Su-chan. I'm gonna post her. She hasn't posted yet, but she has it. But she's also on Twitter if you still use that thing. But I'm gonna post her Blue Sky. There we go. She's great. So give her a follow and look up her other stuff, because she's been in a lot of things and she's great. She's honestly great. And that is honestly one of the things that I love the most about my game dev journey. Is that because of game deving, I met so many talented people, so many new people, and wow, just wow. Like she's you never thought of that just look at the art that you see in JPDE and Babylomania. Just listen to the music and the voice acting. I have been collaborating with some amazing people, and I couldn't be more blessed, honestly. I'm so lucky being able to work with so many talented people from Team JPDE and even the occasional collaborators, and just wow. Exactly. An opportunity to meet and talk to cool people is really cool. It is indeed really cool. Just like the stuff that keeps on coming. And each, like, for example, one of my voice actors, one of my concept artists, they had a bit of troubles. Personal real life thing, and now they're back though, and I'm so glad that they're back, because the name is Amako, or Amako Works. You can find them on Google. I'm gonna link them in the chat. And they are the sprite artists for the original JPDE, and so for JPDE Refrain. And for JPDE2, they are the concept artists. So the look of the characters, it's theirs. They designed the look of the characters, so the game wouldn't feel the same. The characters wouldn't look the same without their, without their art, without their vibe, without their instinct for clothing. They have an amazing instinct for designing outfits. And so for a few months, they had to deal with some personal trouble, and I'm glad. I hope that everything's solved. But I'm so glad that they're back working with us, because just look at this. Look at this. This is their version, the JPD2 version of Nora Valkyrie. Just look at that. Okay, look at this. Like, wow. It's like I only gave them some indication with the colors and the kind of style. I told them, I imagined her with a style. What if Harajuku, which is a fashion style, but it's also a neighborhood in Tokyo. What if that Harajuku existed in Remnant? And here we go. Harajuku Nora Valkyrie. A bit 3 years time skip since JPD1. And so, look at that. Look at that. Can you, like, wow. I do it. Also, yes, short hair, uneven cut. A couple of people didn't like it, but I do. I do. I have a thing for short-haired girls, cutters, but not just girls. Not just girls, not just girls. Yeah, because in case you don't know, I'm a bit queer, we could say. I am bi. I'm also attracted to non-binary, to trans. I guess you could call me pansexual. Yeah, the nomenclature and the labels are not very clear. There is not a general consensus, but I am attracted to pretty much everything that is femme presenting with a preference for the slightly androgynous. So I guess that's where the short hair love comes from. Bye squad, let's go! Yay, King Sting! Bye squad, let's go! Pinned! Manually. Yeah, there we go. Bye squad, let's go! Cute people are cute people, indeed, adorable, comfortable. Yes, yes, indeed. And look at, just so you know, this concept art, so far, it's solely been shared with patrons. So this is its first public appearance. And I hope you enjoyed it, because in a couple minutes, I'm gonna make it disappear. Once we go into the actual game them teaching part of the stream. Which we should probably be getting to. We're gonna go a little bit into the basics of how you work ren'py, and I'm gonna go some little tricks, and honestly, I'm not just gonna go into the coding, because what we're gonna do here, what I want to show you, is my method of debbing. So what I do to develop my game step by step, and that doesn't just include coding. That also includes writing, making the images, defining variables, looking for resources, etc, etc, etc. Oh, hello, Hydro! Thank you so much for the follow and welcome. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. I guess Simon over heart. I was over the moon. I got my first picture of Mount Carter, and Nora is adorable. She is indeed adorable. It damage is sent twice for anyone. Teach a hero message from me. No, I don't see no double. I see no doubles. So enjoy that, Nora, while it lasts. So, as I was saying, I'm going to show you my entire game dems process. And that is actually why, at the beginning of the stream, during the lobby, I put up a poll. Because I wanted to ask you what your favorite kind of setting for a visual novel is. And the winner with 2 votes was fantasy. So going forward, let's say in the game that we're going to be making together, you're gonna start at a basic visual novel. But I repeat, ren'py is not just for visual novels. You can make so much more stuff than just visual novels with ren'py, and I'm going to show you during these streams just how much stuff you can make with that engine. But we're gonna start with the basics, and not just the basic of ren'py, but the basic of game development as I do it. And some of you are also game development. Some of you have your own games. Some very big games based on other franchises, just fun games just like mine, just like JPDE. So if you see anything that I do wrong, or if you know a way of doing something that I don't, please share it in the chat. I am absolutely serious. Share it in the chat. Don't be afraid, because I always love learning new stuff. I keep learning new things every day about everything I do, all the tools I use, just by interacting with people, and that's the great thing about game development. Game development has always been... I did my thesis. I think I should tell people more. I actually wrote a book about the history of gaming, and that was my master thesis in Italian, which then I transformed into a book in English. And I wrote it, and during the research I realized something amazing. Like, you see that gaming, it's always been about the balance between profitability, standardization, so a bit more regularity, and creative entropy. And but at the base, it's always been about community, iteration, imitation, emulation, modding, basically. And it's great. It's great. Learning from each other, learning from those who came before, from your peers, from unexpected sources, even outside of gaming. That is what game development is, and it's great. It's great. So if you have any input, anything you want to share about what you see on the screen, about the things I do, how you do it differently, little secrets, tips, share them in the chat. We are here to learn together and to make magic together. I don't think I've ever seen something outside of being alone in ren'py. I see the default ren'py window so often, I guess I have an adventure just a costume menu. Oh! You should probably, I guess I should probably show you some screenshots of JPDE then. Let me show you. And I've never seen the light today. My teacher just confused as fuck. Okay, let me show you a couple things then that you can do with ren'py that is not visual novel specific. Some of the things we do. Some of the things we do in our games, I think you'll find some inspiration, maybe. Some inspiration. Let's start with JPD Refrain, which is the remaster for JPDE. Where did I put all the... No, where is it? There we go. For example, here's our little battle system. Designed it myself. It's inspired a little bit from the Atlus Persona Shin Megami Tensei kind of game, but he has a card type, deck building kind of dynamic. This is the basic stuff. Now you can see the full version in the demo that you can download. Then there is also what can I share? Oh, I know. Let's go back to yes, let's show the obsession of Master Nilla. As I mentioned, the guy has been for the last couple days obsessed with trying to get 100 millions in this game. This mini game of dice. We expose your obsession, Master Nilla. What do you have to say for yourself? I smell a liar. Whatever you say, I smell a liar. Okay, and what else? Oh, well, I guess I can show you. They're gonna be worth it, he says. Something from JPDE2. Let's see. JPDE2. What can I share? Well, a little bit of everything. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Whatever. It's fine. Let's let it go because there's some of the. I don't want to ruin the surprise because there is one thing that I'm working on right now, which on Blue Sky I rolled a breakthrough, which is going to be introduced in the next release for JPD Refrain and also the next volume for JPD2, that I want to keep a surprise for now. Some people already guessed what it was, but I don't want to ruin the surprise for now. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the actual game deving part of the stream. We're going to make a game together, little by little, from the start, and I'm going to introduce you to all the little tips and tricks of the book. Well, my book. There is also like a ren'py cookbook documentation, but yeah, let's start. With my Steam Deck, I'm going to go into lesson mode, and here we are. So, first of all, okay, oh wow, that is some black void. I think we should fill it with something. First of all, we're gonna fill it with the ren'py engine, where is it? And there we go. We're filling it with the ren'py. Well, some people pronounce it ren'py, some other people pronounce it ren'py. There is not a commonly acknowledged pronunciation that you like everyone pronounces it that way. But yeah, anyway, we started here. It's a bit cleaner compared to the previous stream, so that you can follow along better. The first thing we need to do is create a new project, because we're going to not work on the tutorial or the question. We're gonna work on our Verge, you know, like the online newspaper. I don't think I can say that other word on stream. I'm still learning, guys. I will be gentle, Queen of Run, yes. We're going to go and make our own little brand new game. So, first of all, we go to... Where do you think we're going? Create new project, of course. Create new project. You will be creating an English language project, change the language, and prefer to create a project in another language. So, as it says, in the preferences here, you can change the language of... you know, you can change the theme, or there are also other options. You can change the language, and depending on the language of the engine at the moment, you change the language of the new game you create. And in this case, actually, ren'py game. Yeah, I'm gonna pin this one now. I'm still running all the ins out of Twitch. Anyway, so create a new project. Yes, in English. First of all, the name of the project. And in this case, we're going to name it Twitch Learn VN. Just, you know, very basic. And I use underscores instead of spaces because... yeah, you know, it's a coding thing. Like a lot of stuff, you cannot use spaces when naming stuff in Python, in ren'py, so I use underscores even in this case. So, you know, ooh, let's go, let's go organic. Indeed, indeed. So yeah, Twitch Learn Visual Novel. Continue. Now it's going to ask us for a resolution. For, you know, well, a resolution, how do I explain it? Let's say there is the number of, basically the number of pixels contained on the screen at any given time. I don't know how to explain it technically, but keep in mind that the bigger the screen, the bigger the images that need to go into the screen, and the bigger the images, the bigger the memory usage of any machine, and the bigger the weight of the files that go into the game. Nowadays, a 4K monitor is 3840 by 2160. That is 4K. And indeed, downscaling is easier than upscaling. The issue here is with the size. And that is a consideration. That if, like me, because I have that consideration, you have a lot of people who play your games on Android, mobile, you cannot really make them too heavy. Both in terms of you know, file size, but also in terms of memory usage. So you need to keep that in mind. Even also when choosing the resolution. In this case, as you say, these are all scales of resolution in the same format, which is 69, which is the usual, you know, rectangular kind of screen that is very standard nowadays. Before that, if you ever seen like an old TV, they were square instead, well, almost completely square because they weren't perfectly square, and that format was called 4:3, and it's the format that all television and games run on. But that was replaced at around the early 2000s, I want to say 2004, by 16:9, and that is become the default standard. ren'py allows you to choose your custom, you know, your custom size, the scale, And this is interesting because let's say that you want to make a game that only runs on mobile. If you want, you could make it a vertical game. I actually tried to do that once. I have a prototype with a pixel-styled kind of GUI, and it's very nice. So yeah, there is also that option. In this case, though, we're going with the standard, and the good compromise here is 1920 by 1080, which is, you know, it's the default, honestly. It's the default, it's the one that most games are coded for, let's say, aim for, because it's a good compromise. It's a good compromise for now. And so we're gonna go choose 1920 by 1080 and continue. I remember download the JPDE version, not game on phone, so on phone as it padding winter. Yeah, exactly. There we go. See what I mean? Because some people like don't understand that, especially on machines like phones, downloading something that heavy or running it can have some physical consequences. Now select accent and background color because ren'py now is going to create a very basic GUI for the very basic game, and you can see a preview on the right. You click here on the colors up and down, and on the right you see what it's going to look like in the game. I am a dark mode supremacist, so we're gonna go with dark mode, maybe mauve, green. No, JPDE is already green. Light green, yellow. I like mauve. Let's go with mauve or dark pink, whatever you want to call it. Continue processing, creating new projects. Let's wait a few seconds. Drum roll. I don't have a drum roll in Soundboard, so I'm gonna do it manually. Updating default interface of stations, not responding. No, you're gonna respond. Come on. I don't care enough to make a joke about supremacists this short a time. Updating the project, almost there, takes a few seconds, not too much, but we are waiting for it to happen. And there we go. Do you see that? ren'py has created Twitch Learn VN, our project. That was our first step. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. There it is, Twitch Learn VN. We created our first game in ren'py, and let's take a look at it. If you remember from the cut time for a break, are so much work. A real break, oh yeah, okay, bye. Okay, I'm gonna go take a break. Bye bye bye. Oh, finally. Wait. What do you mean? Oh, the stream is not over? Oh no, gotta go back. Hydrate. I am hydrating. If every now and then you see me take a few pauses in my streaming, it's because I'm getting a sip of water, so I keep hydrated all the time. I'm gonna do that right now. Anyway. So we created our first game. Now, if you remember in the first stream, I told you that to edit the games, we would need a code processor, basically a code editor. The one that I use, and that it's become kind of pretty standard nowadays, is called VS Code. It has a lot of options, a lot of plugins, etc, etc, etc. So if you haven't yet, get yourself VS Code, or maybe get the online version. There is also that, but for that you need a GitHub account, which is another thing that we treated in the first stream. So VS Code. I'm going to link you the website in the stream now. VS Code. It's free. It's free. I should mention, because Visual Studio is free, and you can use it however you want. There's a lot of free plugins. It's open source, I would say. No, maybe not, but it's very useful. It's the default, and it's very nice. There we go. Get yourself some Visual Studio. Ta-da! Okay, so I already have it installed. So we are going to... we are going to open our project now. You see, not right now, of course. Like again, these are still you can look at it later and follow these along. But if you have it, maybe it's gonna make some stuff make more sense, or you know, visually get it. You know, it's fine. Anyway, you see on the Twitch. On the Twitch here, on the Twitch, on the ren'py, you select the project, Twitch ren'py, and you see here on the right, under Edit File, there is the option to Open Project. This is going to open the project in the default code editor, which you can, there we go, text editor, Visual Studio Code. Which means that when you say open project, so we click on any other of the base files, when we click on them, they're going to be open on Visual Studio Code. Open project. Ta-da. Say Twitch one more time and I'll give you a permanent one in your life. Bold of you to assume I don't already have one. No, I don't. I'm joking there, okay? Okay, I'm joking. Anyway, we opened it. Yes, blah blah blah. We opened it, and now I'm going to show it on the stream. There we go. And also, I'm gonna hide the ren'py and the winter. There we are. Artist coming for you. Is that your nickname? We are on Visual Studio Code. We open our update later, my friend. Later. Anyway, on the left here, as you can see, there is the Explorer tab, and these were the list of files in the project folder that we just opened is. The one I want to look at is script.rpi, which is where, well, the basics of the game are. There is a very basic standard script that is shared by every new ren'py project that you create, and it's here. Now, I'm going to go through the elements one by one because I want to make you understand, let's say, a couple things. Also, maybe I can make it a little bigger because I feel like on the screen maybe it's a bit too small. Zoomed. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's zoom it in. Edit, where your preferences, profile, the full size. No, I need to change. Terminal one. You go. Where is it? Appearance. No tab bar. Where the heck? Where the heck? I want to change the size of the font, which, if I remember correctly, I guess it's in preferences, settings. Yeah, let's go settings, user, workspace, text editor, font, and we increase the tab. Although maybe it's actually okay. This is this the font of the. One moment, let's see. Font in pixels, let's see with 18. And there we go. Yeah, that was the setting. I thought that maybe it was changing the font of the like, you know, the GUI of the application, but no, it's for the whole thing. What will the game be anyway? You're there to rescue ren'py from Isekai-kun. Will you? After the air, we got a lap heater instead. You go through ren'py so you kids. Okay, maybe a little bit more bigger. So right now it's 18. I'm going to put it at. I'm gonna put it here. Settings, user, font, and the text editor. I'm going to put it at 22. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. It's very big for me, and it's very big on the screen as well for you. Our clouds were better when set on this. They do, don't they? They do. Laptop indeed. Okay, from the top, let me explain what's happening here. so that you get an understanding of how the structure of gaming ren'py works. First of all, the script is the base game, it's the base file, we can say. There are a few files that need to be in every ren'py game, and I think script.rpi is one of those files. I don't know the specifics because I never really pulled it out. I never really screwed around too much with those base files that come with a new ren'py game, but I'm pretty sure the script RPI needs to be in there. Anyway, for the top, you say script game goes in this file. Declare characters used by this game. The core argument correlates the name of the character. Now, there is no core argument here, but there is a character that is declared. Now, if you read it here, it says define the character, which is name of character, and then you see here how when I hover, this is because of the extension, the ren'py extension for VS Code. It shows you so much information, is so useful. Install the extension for ren'py. The first thing you do when you get Visual Studio Code, if you code in ren'py, of course. And then there is this in the... Now, what is happening here? This is more generally, we are declaring a character, which is like basically declaring the details of a speaker in the visual novel. If you can see below here, that when you then you say define E is a character Aileen. And what does this happen is that then while writing, if you write something between quotes, like here, but before that you add the letter that corresponds to the character, once you play the game, that person, that character is going to speak those words. That means that it's going to automatically be shown with this name in the name box. Let me actually show you what that looks like so that you understand a little better. Perché sono chiaro Michael per te Spotify. I kill a bag of coffee. Let me show you what that looks like. We're going to go back to ren'py, and we're going to click on launch project. Launch project, and that's going to launch our little Twitch project. Ta-da, it's checking for mistakes. Very useful feature, I love it. There we go. Let's see how it shows on stream. It doesn't actually. Let's find it. Ah, that's why. See the save. There we go. Applause. Okay, yeah, we launched. So this is what a basic ren'py game looks like. And when you click on, there is a few things that are standards that come with every ren'py game, and then you can modify, remove them, etc. There's a lot of options, but here the one that we want to look at is start. When you click start, what happens is that in the default menu you can indeed. That is actually a pet peeve, a pet peeve of mine and a lot of other people. When they say a default looking menu for ren'py, they just go yeah, and they just nope. The presentation is pretty important, guys. The presentation is pretty important. But what I wanted to say is that, like you saw, like as a player, you understand that, oh, you click start, you start the game, you start a new game. But what happens as a game dev? What happens in the background? What happens when you click start is that on this Visual Studio Code, on the script, what happens is when you press start is that the game jumps to the label start and start going through the strings of code that come afterwards. What is a label? A label is, it's like a flag, we could call it. We could also call it a flag. It's like an address. Let's say that you are given the address of a house you want to go to, and you put in Google Maps, and then you go there. And by clicking on start, the ren'py always goes automatically to the label start. This is a label that must be in ren'py. In any ren'py game, the label start must exist. You cannot remove it, because that is how the start button works. When you click the start button, the program says, oh, you want me to jump to the label start. And from the label start, it goes through the lines of code. By the way, you see how these are green? These are not actually lines of code. There is not really written anything in code, but there is some, comments. And to make it appear like that, green, you need to put this little symbol that in Italian is called a cancelletto, but I cannot for the life of me, a hash. Yeah, I think it's a hash, because hashtag, yeah, that's a hash. Just put a hash in front of it, it becomes like this. And it doesn't get read as actual code. So basically that is pretty much how ren'py works, which is inspired by the way visual novels used to work when you jump between labels to make things happen. You can use them to separate different parts of the code or the story, etc. So the only thing you need to define a label is write label, and then the name of the label. It cannot be nameless. It must have a unique name. Not two labels can have the same name. And then to, how the hell do you call that? Dot, and you go down next, and everything afterwards must be tabbed once to the right, because if you keep tabbing it to the left, it's gonna give you an error. Let's see what happens with the basic script that we have here in our newly created ren'py game. It's a proper repetition code. I see it so many times and I got sick of it. I played my first on ren'py right now, will know in the menu, and it was about 20 years. Was a label, address, exactly. I guess also in other codings, like other code, it's a pretty common usage, but yeah. It's that's what you call it. Commenting out is the term. To comment out stuff in your code, you put a hash in front of the stuff that you want to comment out. So if you go to the code, here's what's going to happen. First of all, sin bg room. What does this mean? Sin is a command that is going to replace the static, the basic background, which usually is the standard default background is stark black of ren'py with the image that comes after sin. So here we're telling we want to put in the background of this scene in the game the image bg room. Then afterwards gets show alien happy. Show, just like the command says, it's about showing an image, but you also, well, not just images. You can use it for other stuff, to show other stuff, but we'll get to it when we get to it. In this case, it's asking to show the image alien, and you can see they say alien happy. Again, this is how we're going to see how you insert image or create images and define them. But it's asking to show the alien image with the expression happy. So the character alien, the image alien, and you want to see her happy. And afterwards, 2 lines of dialogue which are spoken by the character alien that is defined at the top of the script. Again, let's open up the game as well, the base game we made, so that you can see what that looks like. You're gonna press start and the game is going to jump to the label start. You created a new ren'py game. Once you add a story, pictures and music, you can release it to the world. And as you can see, we don't have the images that this script is referencing, so automatically these are some stock automatic replacement that the engine gives you whenever you're trying to show an image that doesn't exist. And you say that was the basic for the show a character, and that is the basic for a background, for a scene. Star gray, and as you see at the bottom, is spoken by the character Eileen, and that is the dialogue that was written in the code. Afterwards, so is a beanstalk, someone feed a poor template. So mean, Queen of France, so mean. So mean. And now you see that afterwards, once you add the story, pictures, and music is the word, afterwards, this ends the game. Return. Yes, Eileen is the default game for all ren'py projects. This is what all newly created ren'py projects looks like out the box. I've never seen the name Eileen in 2 or 3 ren'py games before. Oh boy! Water, delicious. What happens when you go to return? Because as we said, once we jump to the level start, the game starts going through the lines of code one by one from top to bottom. But after this line of code that says to show this piece of dialogue, there is only return. So what happens when you go to return? I'm gonna click with the mouse, and what happens next? It goes back to the main screen, because the return command means return to, in this case, the main screen. And that's what it's showing us. So that is the entirety of our game, or better, what we can show the game to be. Because there are other files, there is that, you show it, you've seen it when we talk about ren'py. See, there is the script file, which is the one we're in right now. There's options, there's GUI, there's screens, there is a couple more, but we're not gonna get into those yet, because here we're going into the basics to understand how the logic of ren'py goes. First of all, let's say that we want to change the name of the speaker, the character that speaks when you use the letter E. The character, see, it goes and it goes to show you, oh, this is the character Eileen. The Visual Studio Code, I love it so much. Let's say they want to call it something else. But first, what exactly is happening here? Because I want to show you what is happening here is that an object is being created. ren'py is a derivative of Python, and Python is a class-based script, scripting language. What does that mean? That means that there are a series of classes in ren'py in any Python game, and a class is like, it's a class of objects, literally is a type of thing that something created in the code can be. In this case, as you see, character, and this creates and returns a character object, because this is the character class. So in this case, with define, we create an object named E, which is a character type of object, which takes the name Eileen. So in case, what's up? Define, oh, what are we defining, sir? We're defining something named E. Okay, E, that's a nice name, but what exactly are they? They are actually a character object. Oh, okay, sir, to create a character object, we kinda need, there's a lot of options that we can give them, a lot of arguments, as they say, but the thing that we really need, that we cannot create this without, is a name. And in this case, we give it the name Eileen. Oh, thank you, sir. And that's how you create a speaker. This is the basic way of creating an object of any kind in ren'py code. You create an object of a class. In this case, we are creating a character object. In this case, though, as I said, I want to change the name. So how do we change the name? We can do it. Well, let's change the basic. Actually, no. Let's create a new one. Out the gate. I'm gonna show you how to create a new character, and then we're gonna make it speak a line of code. well, a line of dialogue. Define, and in this case, let's see M. This is going to be our character M equals, what is this M? A character object, and we're going to give him the speaking name of Manos. There I am. Save. And then afterwards, you create a ren'py game, also add story, pictures, and music. You can release it to the world. Now let's have Manos speak. Let's have Manos speak. What are we gonna make him say? Any suggestions? Wanna take a sip of water? What are we gonna make our newly created Manos personality say? Any loud dialogue. Any loud dialogue. No. Ah, water is delicious. Shorter is the best. Hello, I like gambling. 8 seconds shorter. Okay, you really want me to put myself out there, don't you? Okay, so in this case, first of all, we need to put in the character of the speaker, because once you define a speaking character, you can just use the letter or word that you use to define them to call them. And when you call that a character object, ren'py understands that everything that comes after, it's dialogue. So it needs to be displayed as dialogue. So in this case, we want to make the character Manos speak. And we do it by writing M and then quotes, space, in quotes. You don't really need to make space because, you know, you see, it's still working, but it needs to be between quotes because otherwise it starts messing things up here. So quotes need to be there. We make quotes, a space, so it looks a little bit more orderly. And we write, as you said, entirely related, but the background music is so close to humor, it makes my brain mad with those in the same way. I will try and variegate it then next time. Short hair is the best! Exclamation point. And I'm also going to add another line from Eileen, who says... What? Okay. So that is it. We save because, of course, any changes to be effective, you need to save them into the file. And now I still have the game open in ren'py, and is a little trick that I show you. Is a little trick that I can show you about. Now we are already in the game. But we changed some things and we want to test them. So how do we do it? Do we close the game, then go back to ren'py launcher and we launch the game again? No. What you can do, which is much easier, but sometimes is not always like there are some exceptions when you shouldn't do it when you try to test some precise things that are new. But in this case, we can just reopen the game that we are opening in the server, and then we use, I'm having a Windows keyboard here, to reload the game while it's being debugged, tested. We use Shift plus R to reload the game while it's being debugged. This is what's going to look at it. See? There we go. You'll notice that now at the top, oh wait, you cannot notice because because the crop. Ah, shoot. Come on. Ah, no, you can't see it. Okay, anyway. You can see, you should be able to see at the top of the screen. Now it says the name of the game that we're currently debugging, that we're currently testing. It says name of the game minus reload. And that is tell you that you have reloaded the game. Without closing it and then launching it again, we just go shift and hits, yeah, exactly. Shift, hold shift, and hit the R key to reload the game in debug mode. That way you don't need to close it and then launch it again to test the changes that you made to the script. The game is just going to reload them. And now, if we go into the game again, start, you create a new ren'py game. Okay, same thing. Also load a story, pictures and music and release it to the world. It's the same, but then short here is the best. And what? And then return. We're back to the mainstream. Hey, congratulations everybody, we just added our first cutter, custom cutter, and lines of dialogue. It's really that easy. It's really that easy. There are a lot of variables that can go into this, into what you write and how you define a cutter. But these are the basics. So random applause, make yourself a clip, make a highlight. There are 10 AGN. Okay, but so that is the basics of how you work in ren'py. Everything that goes under a label, quoted after a label, so in that segment. Now we know how to make an indvn. Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, that is pretty much what you need to make a very basic individual novel. I started like that as well. Then I started doing a lot of other stuff, of course, but that is it's all quite is love. Oh, please don't, please don't. It's so hard to get noticed already. Oh wait, it's already happening is what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say, Queen Alfred? As I said, this all you need to make a very basic, very linear visual novel in ren'py. But then, with experience, with time, let me show you what the code of one of my games looks like. 1 second. Actually, choose. I want to let you choose. I want to let you choose. I want to let you choose. And how do I make a? Can I make a? I want to make a. Where is it? Show mode icon. How can I make a poll here? Gosh darn it. Damn it. I'm in OBS right now, but it doesn't seem to be an option to make a poll from here. So let's go on the Twitch website. I'm gonna make a little poll because I want to show you how you basically I want to show you the code of one of my games, so you can compare it to the very basic one that we just seen. And I want you to choose. I wanted to choose which one. I want to choose which game code you want to see, and I'm gonna do it with a little bit of. Okay, what code? What game code do you want to see? Babylomania, JPDE on refrain, JPDE do Adagio of Darkness. Darkness, okay, 1 minute and start. 1 minute poll. 1 minute poll, everyone. 1 minute poll. Cast your votes. Which one do you want to see? Poll is open. Vote now. Pa-pa-ra-pa-pa. 1 minute poll, and I'm going to show you the code or one of my games so you can compare. I feel like refrain is going to add too many things. I understand because you're going ham with the mini games. I just want to show you a little bit. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to go the inside of one code file. I'm going to show you the structure. There's a lot of stuff. It's gonna wait. Where? At the top, Pastor Nila. At the top. Vote. Vote. Vote for the vote god. Vote for the poll god. Even. Also, sip of water. Sip of water. Damn, I love doing this, but I always do them in the evening after work, so my voice is already a bit tired anyway. Babylomania, we have 3 votes for Babylomania. You want to see the code for Babylomania. Hello Conrad, welcome to the stream. Okay, so 3 votes for Babylomania. The dark is here. Okay, so let's see the code for Babylomania. I'm going to open another blah 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 blah. Babylomania. Open folder, open recent. Okay, I'm gonna go to here. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, I need to open a project entirely. Okay, new window. There we go. Here we are. I'm going to show you. Okay, first of all, I want to show you your Explorer. Oh wait, you can. Yeah. Okay. First of all, I want to show you the tree, like the list of files in the Explorer, how it looks like. Look at that. Scripts, codecs, events, item, examination, exploration, item, story, think. These are the images. Look, so much stuff, so many things. And then if you go into, for example, even the basic, let's say, story 00. Story 00, which is the beginning, look at it. See? There is this one, which is a more, I'm calling a very specific command here that I cannot call just by writing a word. Then there is stop music with a fade out, sham black with a dissolve, with a transition, play sound, play music. Then there is here positionals because this is in 7.0 line 00 blah blah blah. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this thing. And this, again, this is not even the most complicated thing that I've written for the game. Once yeah, exactly, Conrad, is Visual Studio Code. And once you get even just a little bit experience with ren'py, because this is not really advanced stuff so far, this one I'm showing here. This is pretty, beginner stuff, beginner medium, beginners going towards medium, we can say. Yeah, Ben here makes me should go back into Blender modeling. If you want to, you should. It's a creative endeavor, it's always worth it. So if you can, get into it. But anyway, this is just to show you that my stuff has become very complicated. But keep in mind that I've been literally playing around with ren'py for 8 years now. So I learned a lot. But the thing is, most of the things I learned, the advanced stuff, I only learned in the last year and a half, basically, ever since ren'py came out with versions 8. Etc., which are based on Python 3.0. It's like a world got unlocked for me. I went big brain, like whoa. So you can get there as well. You can get there as well. Just try everything that you want to try, do your creative endeavors, give it a try, and sometimes what you are capable of doing may surprise you. Going back to our little game that we created, we go back, there we go. Which learn visual novel. Okay, let's say that we want now to actually show some images, because here's the thing, we don't have any images. we can say here scene BG room, we can say show Eileen happy, but we don't actually have any images. So what do? We're gonna go get some. We're gonna go get some images. And where can we get those images? And we decided, remember, that we were gonna how do you say, we're gonna do a fantasy kind of visual novel, right? So let's go get a character and a background that fits the fantasy endeavor. And this is the part of gaming they're developing that is not coding. Where the heck are we gonna get that stuff? Well, what about itch? Itch.io, where you can find games, yes, of course, but you can also find a lot of game resources. Open source fantasy art, exactly, yeah, for example. We are on itch. And so, at the top, where you can choose browse, add-on sales, blah, blah, blah. Let's say browse, see games, game development, assets, because in this case we need some assets. What kind of assets do we need? We need a fantasy background and a fantasy character. Let's see what we can say. Oh, look at that on the left. Types of assets that we can look at. Sprites, sound effects, music, texture, character styles, backgrounds, font icons, etc, etc. So let's start with the background. Let's go on types, backgrounds, and let's find... there is the ones... okay. There is some free ones and there is some paid ones. Let's try and find the free ones for now. Let's see. There is a way to filter them. Ah, there we go. Indeed, there is. On the left, under price, let's go with free. Let's see. We want a fantasy type of background. Where are we gonna do it? We could also add some more, there is here, select a tag. And you can select a tag, all the stuff that is already there, or you can write one. But in this case, let's scroll a little until we find something we like. And by we, I say I. One Vienna played used public assets once but uncreated. The fans got really angry whenever someone mentioned the assets were original. Why? It's so like they're there as long as you credit them, because you need to credit, it's fine. So, something fantasy, Sim Sky backgrounds, summer backgrounds. Let's see this. Pixel art backgrounds, ancient temple backgrounds, again, background as a mountain. Let's see, something more fantasy. This is a soundtrack. Why is soundtrack in background? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, previous no background, yeah, but it's high school and stuff. Fantasy. Ah, there we go. A danger background pack for your... Let's see. I hope it's not me with the eye. Let's see. You can do a project. Let's see more information. Landscape, stylize, environment, cartoon, dungeon crawler. Okay. It's some good stuff. It doesn't seem AI generated, but sometimes, let's see. I don't know. When is the first one that was made here? The first one was made on December 2022. I don't know, honestly. Like, the thing is that you're supposed to tag them, and these ones are not tagged as AI, but I don't want to do so much research right now, so let's grab someone else. They look pretty nice, though. They look pretty nice, not gonna lie. They differ between use sources and plagiaries. I wonder for you, apparently I must throw a cape as our game, so I went. There was years ago, the word JPDE is safe. JPDE is safe. From what? From trolls? I don't think so, friend. No one is safe from the trolls. Oh, wow. Let's see. Do the spies out? Oh my god, no. 50. Oh my god. I want a simple fantasy. Okay, you know what? Let's grab something. Something pixel arty, real easy. Okay, I did not. Yeah, I think this. Okay. Let's see. Is there a way to remove? Because they started getting out. How do I remove? Ah, there we go. Teams, fantasy, and Mishk, royalty free as a pack, more options, blah blah blah. Okay, let's see. Okay, one. Oh wow. I don't like any of these, honestly. Does it show that I'm a bit picky? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's say Ground of the Maker. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. This. Oh, all pixel arty and stuff. Look at this. A virtual license. More information. There we go. AI, artificial intelligence. These were made. In fact, they seemed a little weird, honestly. But again, yeah, this was made the artificial intelligence. Gosh darn it, guys. Gosh darn it. Wow. And also, you say the search is not exactly. It's not perfect, is it? And also, on each, they actually started recently. They actually started recently forcing you to tag all your stuff as that you made with artificial intelligence, as made with artificial intelligence. Is there a way to not to filter out results with artificial intelligence? It's too good for me. It's too good for me to add anymore. There are some ways to do that. There's still always going to be something off. Anyway, this looks. Let's see. Okay, this craft made 4-figure craft picks. Let's see if more information. Okay, this doesn't seem to be artificial intelligence, so let's grab one of these images. Or actually, let's just download. Okay, ready for the note. Just enter into downloads because we go. Oh, it's in YouTube. Oh, nice. All right, we download the zip. There we go. Open the zip. Ta-da! Thank you for your service, sir. Damn it. Craftfix. No, what was the name of the artist here? Mr. Free Game Assets, GUI Sprite Assets. Okay, that's very specific. Okay, let's grab one. Bright or pale? Bright. Battleground 1. And we extract. Oh wow, that's a big boy. No, wait, those are bytes, not like. Never mind. Let's. Okay, Ruins background. Extract to a specified folder, and we're gonna go extract it to our newly made. Because I put it. Game dev streams. Test projects, Twitch learn. I probably should pre-prepare. Okay, and we're gonna put it in the images folder in our project. Extract. And now it should be there. Let's see if it's there. We can check from and there we go. ruinsbga.png, which you cannot see because you cannot see VS Code right now. So VS Code, and there we go. No, sorry, cannot swear, it's not reality. No, I have an auto mod, Conrad. I guess you allowed it for yourself. This is like me mentioning that side by name. Stereos have an entire. Okay, I see. But the thing is, you only that specific word is allowed, Conrad. Only that one is allowed. Anyway, so now on the left you can see that I added the image to the file. Now you can see everything again. There we go. Now you can see that on the left, in the file, in the tree, you see that under images, there is the image I just extracted. So now it's there, and let's say we want to use it. How do we use it? Let's say maybe we can try, will that work? No, it would not. It would just open it. But say you want to drop it instead in the editor. Say alt shift to drop into the editor. And there we go. Just by alt shift and drag it is the quickest way is to get the file that you want, in this case this image. You grab it, hold the shift, and then you drop it into the editor, and it's going to paste the, let's say, the address, the home address of this image into the editor. We remove the original name of the original image, the one that doesn't exist, and we put this between quotes. Now, the game, when starting, should show you... What happened here? Your product was successful. This is going to show us a mistake. There we go. Image name component not found. Let me show you because now you cannot see ren'py. No, not you. You. Now the game has an issue. The name is an issue. The game is an issue because we dragged the address of the image into ren'py, but it didn't actually work because you cannot ask the game to use scene with an image address. You actually need to turn this address, this file, into an image object, just like we had to define here. We had to define a cutter object to allow it to speak as an object. We now need to define an image to use it with the scene command. So how do we do? First of all, we write image. Then we give it a name. In this case, we call it fantasy BG equals. And then we give the address of the file that we're going to use for this object. That's it. And this is all you need to create an image object. Afterwards, you take the name of the image object we just created it and we put it after the scene commands. So now, after start, the first thing the game is going to do is to show a new scene using the fantasy BG image object as the background. So let's try again. It loaded. Now the error has disappeared. So, hey, I dropped that. Thank you for the first guys, could you okay, Queen of Conrad, I'm going to have to ask you to please stop with the general allowance of swearing. I don't think it's nice because there are some people maybe that here would don't come here for the swearing. So could you please no, yeah, okay, the auto mode worked very well. Can you please mod all those words back in? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Put that back into the auto mode. Don't make me regret giving you this power. Thank you very much. We're almost done. Anyway, I want to show you this last thing. As we say, we defined an image object, and now couldn't find file game images ruin pg.png, and that is because we're not supposed to actually have in the image definition. This time it's not. You see that it's not showing the gray because it's not that the image doesn't exist, is that the image exists, but the file that it's looking at doesn't exist. And that's why it shows like this. And why does it show like this? What's the mistake? Because it seemed like we had done everything pretty well. What is happening here is that when we defined the address and we dragged it from the labels, it dragged it the entire address in the project, including the folder game. But actually in ren'py, you are never supposed to write down the folder game, because that's always intended. ren'py automatically calculates it, automatically looks for it and puts it in every calculation. So in a way, it was looking inside already the folder game, a folder game, and inside that other folder game, the folder images, and inside the folder images, then our image. So to fix this, we remove game slash, we save, and now, ta-da! The image is not exactly feeling or nice, but now it works. We have successfully added an image and shown it into our visual novel game. Round of applause, everyone! A round of applause, even if I had to do it myself. So that's all I will tell you. Everybody was supposed to do this. We're fine, I'm gonna accept you. Okay, Conrad, thank you for arguing with me. Hey, thank you, Kirsten. Thank you for arguing with me during the stream. I said that the rule is no swearing. As I said, the rule is no swearing. The rule is no swearing. It is not up for discussion. You have lost your mod privileges. Thank you very much. And I think that with that, it's enough for the day. Enough for the day. So, as you say, it's enough for the day. We went through our very basics of ren'py. We've seen how to create a new game. We've seen how defining objects works. We defined a new character object, and we defined a new image and used it successfully into the game. That is literally the very basic of making a visual novel in ren'py. If all you want to do in ren'py is make a very basic visual novel, that is how you do it, and this is literally all you need to know. But that is not what we're here for, so we're going to go more and more advanced, little by little, week by week, until we make our own little fantasy visual novel. And I think that with that, we're gonna go into chat mode again, because it's now time to start saying goodbye, because here is a little bit late now. It's 10 p.m. I should start heading to bed, because tomorrow I have to wake up early for work. So thank you so much for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. The VOD is going to be up on the YouTube channel Team JPDE in a couple of days. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for a feed. Goodbye, my to get around a minute for Monday. Bye, everyone. Bye, name is Taken. Thank you very much. You're the best. And I'll see you soon. Work on Thanksgiving. Dang. Well, Taka. The thing is that I am Italian. I'm European. There's no such thing as Thanksgiving here. Oh, wait. Oh. Kingston say, wait, you didn't answer last time. What's your favorite Pokemon? Huh. Oh yeah, that is true. I didn't reply to that. Well, okay, sorry. Let me rectify that right now. You see, my favorite Pokemon is actually